right, and welcome to another episode of the Jumping the Rail podcast here on the JTR Podcast Network. This is Mark Rebin coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, joined as always by my buddy Minderz. And will that ever stop getting old?
No, it'll never stop getting old. You chucking that headset across the room will never get old.
I'm just glad the wife wasn't home for that because she might have given me a look.
Probably. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, she doesn't like when I throw things in anger in the house.
I can understand why.
Well, speaking of the Noodles position, Minderz, did you know that this week was Noodles' birthday?
No. Happy birthday, Noodles.
Noodles is 8 years young as of what day?
10th.
The 10th.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we forgot the day of, but it's not like she's ever short on attention or anything. So,
right. Well, we got to say something about it. We had the 10 bells at the beginning.
We got to mention it. I took the liberty.
No. Man, if you go back, so Harley Quinn cornet, dude.
That's the one on the right in the picture.
Obviously. But hey Boo Boo. If you go back and listen to that where he's talking about heart.
Oh yeah, it was heavy. I listened to
it.
They put it out.
Rips your heart out. Oh my goodness. It reminded me so much of when I lost Sassy. Sassy, not Sugar. Sassy. Sassy looked exactly like Sugar, but
would she have liked me?
No. Hey, you know what? And it's nothing against you, but when you're a guy, and she had never, even before we got her, she was only around females. She was never around guys, so guys intimidated her. So
fair enough.
I don't even think. Barry and AJ might have met Sassy. I don't know if they did or not. I don't think so.
I don't know why we're talking about.
Because we're talking about Harley Quinn.
We're talking about Harley, but yeah, good thoughts to the Cornets. I know Harley's kind of like was the unofficial mascot of all of his podcasts, and I think she showed up on Dark Side a few times.
Yep, they made sure to video her because they would always ask about her.
Give us
a
minute,
break.
Sean. Now you know how this works.
You need to know how it works by now.
Step one, bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Step 1, bullshit. Step 2, guess that wrestler. But no, yeah, I mean, I had a hard time listening to it. I had a hard time whenever they said that it happened, but it sounded like she had some problems since December?
Yeah. The fact that he was taking her into the vet 3 times a week, like, I know how my dad would have dealt with that living on the farm, and he would not have been that patient. Around.
Hey, good news. Let's go to some good news.
Please.
There you go.
He's also the quest for talent. If you listen to our Dickie Wabash interview, this came up.
Oh yeah,
I'll have to make sure Nards knows.
Sean, yes, dogs are a man and woman's or person's best friend.
Yes.
I'll run through all of them. What the hell? Okay, now what? We've been through all the sad shit. Can we get to all the happy shit now?
Yes, real quick, I'm going to let Narge know that Dickie found that DVD.
Okay, well, you let Narge know that. And then, Dickie, you need to give it to us so we can all watch it and laugh at it, because I know that's what's going to happen.
If he could just, convert it to an MP4 format and email it to us.
Hey, then... You know what, Dickie? Just a big shout out to you guys on Mad Bash on Paid Show. I got a mention.
It's no secret your infatuation, affection for Joel Gertner.
Something like that. He makes me cringe a lot.
He does. Yeah.
I enjoy cringy Gertner, but I don't... sometimes it's just
especially when he gets that shit-eating grin on his face after he says something that he knows is ridiculous.
Right, exactly. All
Minderz, let's get down to some business here.
right.
All right. First things first, we got to check your brain.
Oh, Lord.
I think you're going to find this one easier than the last few. I mean, granted, last week was really easy because I forgot to take the guy's name off the picture.
Yeah, way to go on that one.
Yeah, I know I've kind of failed there, but this time there is no name on the picture. This time I checked.
Didn't leak paywall. I just said I told him go check you out on Patreon. Kiss it, Dickie. Let's go.
Oh no, that would merely be for our amusement, not if we wouldn't be putting it up on anything.
Yeah, we're not putting it up on anything.
All right. All right, it is time for Name That Wrestler. Minderz, you know how this works. I throw up a picture. You have to guess who it is. I offer hints when necessary, but I don't know that they're going to be necessary this time.
Okay.
All right, now this is a past wrestler.
Currently wrestling or not currently wrestling?
No, past means in the past.
Okay. All right.
It is a color photo.
Okay.
But
so that means it's got to be 80s or later. Okay, got it.
All right, are you ready?
Sure. Sweet. Sorry, I was reading what Dickie was saying. He's got to go record Spot Show. He'll try and get a digital copy of the DVD for us soon.
Yeah. I find myself yelling at Dickie and Madrox when they're doing paid shows.
All the time.
I'm telling you, if they need a fact check, I mean, they just send me messages. I can tell them all the stuff that they're looking for.
But anyway, walking encyclopedia.
Wrestling Rain Man, you know.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, anyway, are you ready for this picture, Minderz?
Probably not, but let's try it anyway.
I'm half expecting you to just exclaim his name as soon as you see the picture.
Okay.
Like in an excited tone.
Okay. Tenta.
That is the ever handsome John Tenta, aka the Earthquake. Back when he had a full head of hair, no beard.
Right?
This looks like it was taken when he was a young boy in All Japan, judging from the shirt.
I'm thanking my lucky stars of how many times I've watched that Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, why did he have a dark side of the ring? He was a very positive fella.
I think it was because of what WCW did to him.
Well, that could be anybody in WCW.
Oh, I know, but I really think that's what a lot of it was that. I mean, Shark. Come on, Shark.
Well, yes, or the kilt when he was on Piper's. Yeah. For the record, we were going to do something today. We were going to do like a side-by-side comparison between WCW and today's WWE, but we're going to put a pin in that until we can get Barry on with us. He was supposed to come on with us for that because he's our WCW guy.
Gotcha.
So since he was kind of under the weather today, he's going to sit this one out. And speaking of the devil,
right?
This Baby Huey impression. So that'll be coming at some point. In the meantime, we got to talk Hoots and Judies here, Minderz.
We do.
Well, would you like to go first on the Hoot side?
Sure.
All right. Go for it.
My good Hoot's coming from NXT.
I wonder who it is.
It'd be the one Obafemi. You know what? When you book a big man, this is how you do it. Have him destroy two guys that can legit put him over. I'm
usually not a fan of triple threats. I enjoyed this one.
I loved this one. But Minderz Law was in effect on this one. Now, granted, Minderz Law wasn't in effect on all of them this week, but
no. But also Minderz Law, the table getting set up, and then while we're going through it, so
yep. Oh, I noticed.
I am an Oba fan. Won't go so far to say I'm an Oba feminist like our buddy AJ says, but I am an Oba guy.
I'm an Oba feminist. I will admit it. There's just something about him. There's something about I just don't want him to screw him up.
No. Which makes me glad Vince isn't around, because Vince would have ruined him.
Oh yeah, by now. Yeah, he would have been ruined.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into more NXT stuff after we get done with all of the preamble that we usually talk about here. But my good hoot is a feel good hoot. I'm going to call this.
Okay.
My good hoot is actually one Chris Bay, who posted a video this week of him walking, which is a huge progression.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was on his birthday apparently when he posted that video. And considering from what I heard, when he got hurt, they told him he might never walk again.
Right.
And to be like, number one, he looks great in this picture.
He does.
And and sounds like he's getting where he can go out and about here and there, and his rehab is going well. So hopefully, I mean, wrestling aside, hopefully the guy can just have a good quality of life.
Right.
Going forward. If he can wrestle again, fucking fantastic. But
if nothing else, if he came back as a manager.
Right.
Something.
He could train. He'd be a trainer.
Although it could be like some of the guys, they could do that stuff, but they just don't. They aren't feeling it. Mm-hmm. So I hope he's able to do whatever he needs to do.
Right.
To stay happy.
Yep.
Let's leave it at that.
I wouldn't mind seeing him eventually get back on the con circuit and make some appearances, make a little extra scratch that way.
There you go.
But again, who knows? I mean, given enough time, maybe he'll be 100% and back in the ring. But remains
fingers crossed. That's our hope.
Fingers, toes, eyes, everything. We're everything. All right. Well, Minderz, let's go on to our good Judy. And you have co-Judies this week, from what you told me.
I do have co-Judies, and I had to. I'm going. It's still Vengeance Day, NXT. I'm giving it to Fallon and Stephanie because that
was a hell of a match.
I enjoyed that match so much.
That was a really good match.
I hot take. I enjoyed it more than the main event. So there's
the main event was the three-way.
Cora. Yeah, no, it was.
Oh no, that was Cora and Roxy and.
Yeah, it was the women's match.
Yeah, which was still very good.
It was good, but I enjoyed the North American Championship match better.
Yeah, maybe because it was one-on-one. I tend
probably
those multi-man matches or multi-person matches, I should say.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's it. We'll talk more about that
again. Minderz law applied there too. Champion retained.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Minderz law did. Okay. Yeah.
In the four-way.
Yes.
Not in the match. Your Judy match.
Right. Right.
That one we got a new champ out of, but
we did.
Yeah. My Judy, believe it or not, it's coming from AEW, and it's coming from this past Wednesday mainly, but she also had a pretty darn good match on Saturday at Grand Slam, and that is one Ms. Harley Cameron.
You know what? She did do a decent job against Monet.
Mm-hmm. And I find her fascinating. I mean, did you watch this promo?
I watched parts of it. Are you talking? Oh, not this one. No, I saw the one where Puppet Monet, Mini Monet, challenged her to the belt match or whatever.
Okay, so she can do ventriloquism. I didn't know she can speak Chinese.
I didn't either.
She's a regular Renaissance woman, this Harley Cameron, with apparently a lot of free time to learn all this stuff.
Apparently, well, yeah.
But she's growing on me. When she first showed up in AEW, I thought she was annoying as hell, but she's growing on me.
You know what, though?
I think it helps that QT's not with her.
Well, and is it also because Mariah May annoyed the hell out of me when she first came in?
She did.
And now she's entertaining me with all this, with her being Tony and all this. So I don't know.
Yeah. And that's another thing. We'll get into Grand Slam a little bit here in a bit here. Shall we take a ride up to the top of Mount Stoogemore, Minderz?
Yes, because I'm curious to see who it is, because I've got one that I kind of thought of too from last night that I made a comment in our group chat, and Nobody answered me about it, so.
Was it one Rod Zapata?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
So it wasn't the referee in the main event.
No, dumbass.
I think
We'll talk about that in a minute.
here. Yeah, but anyway. Well, my stooge is one of our old faithfuls.
Oh, boy. Who did... Okay, never mind. I don't need...
Here's reason one.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So at WrestleMania, Hogan's charging $10,000 for meet and greets in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm good.
It looks like the face looks like he's in the middle of a prostate exam.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
or colonoscopy, one of the two.
Well, the colonoscopy, he'd at least be sedated. But prostate, they just go up there.
All right.
And then reason two. Apparently, at one of these events in August, they were whipping beers out into the crowd, and this poor lady just got whacked right in the head with a full beer can in the temple. And now she's suing Hulk Hogan and the Real American Beer Company.
All right. And I've got something else to add to that, since we're talking about the Real American Beer. Who the hell recorded the sound for his commercials last night?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Stooge of the week are those ring steps that smack Theory in the face Saturday night. Yeah. But, yet seriously, who was recording? Because it sounded like whoever did it recorded it on their phone. Because it was terrible. I kept looking. I was like, I hope they didn't pay a lot for this commercial, because it's done really
I didn't even see the commercials. I don't even know what commercial you're talking about.
Oh, no, there was a bunch of them. He was like on Mount Rushmore at one point. All during Raw. You didn't see any of these?
No, I don't get the commercials on Raw, because I've got the package where it's like during the commercials they show what's going on in the arena.
Oh, no.
So I don't get the commercials.
Oh, you need the commercials.
I don't like the commercials. There's actually stuff going on in the breaks that I need to keep an eye on.
Oh, okay. Well, then
promos and matches.
We'll start sharing that shit, because I don't get to see it.
I'm sorry. I do have a bonus stooge, believe it or not, and this doesn't have anything to do with wrestling. It's kind of a local stooge moment here. Last week at the State Farm Center during the Illini game, they were retiring the jersey of Terrence Shannon Jr., who was there a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to show a picture from the ceremony. I wanted to see what your immediate reaction is to this, Minderz. You may have seen this already, but
come on.
I mean, really?
Come on. It's upside down, kid.
That's a Tony Khan mistake. That's
terrible. Why?
Yeah, and apparently the athletic director took all responsibility, but you got to kind of put some of the blame on whoever's job it is to mount the fucking banner on the thing.
Yeah, no shit. What were they thinking?
Yeah, so he kind of made U of I kind of the laughing stock of everyone for a few days.
Well,
and they kind of played that way too when they played Michigan
State.
It's either here or there.
Sure did.
So who was your stooge you were thinking of, Minderz?
Oh no, it was the same one.
Oh, Hogan?
Yeah, I had Hogan as my stooge of the week.
But for a completely different reason than the two that I presented.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was because of the really shitty ass commercials that were on last night. And I'm curious. We'll have to talk afterwards. I'm curious to know how much you pay for Netflix in order to get the commercials taken out.
I think it's like $15.99 a month.
Yeah, I pay more than that. Why do I not get the commercials taken out?
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
All right. Well, let's get into...
where do you want to go?
Oh, let's talk about Vengeance Day first.
List?
I didn't. Hang on, I'll send it to you.
Please.
But
wait, do you want to talk that, or do you want to talk? Well, yeah, let's talk Vengeance Day, because you know Sean's chomping at the bit.
Yeah. Plus, Vengeance Day happened before. Technically before Grand Slam was aired.
Correct.
It didn't happen before Vengeance Day before Grand Slam, because Grand Slam happened like at 5:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know you were messaging us saying, I'm already getting spoilers, and I'm like, I'm just staying away from the internet. I won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it was a rookie mistake on my part that I was is on Facebook in the morning. But coming your way here.
Okay.
Hey, Minderz, before we get into all that stuff, you want to do Expo updates?
Ooh, I can. Crap. That's why I had that open. Damn it. Give me just 1 second and I will get there because I had it all pulled up and ready to go, and then I frickin' closed the tab on my computer. I'm an idiot. I hate this damn music.
Trombone.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm there. So, if y'all recall, last week the last person we announced was Claudio Castagnoli. So, after that, and of course, I think they do this on purpose because they release the next one then on Wednesday, which is kind of obnoxious. But they have announced the addition of the Hall of Famer Rikishi to the Superstar roster. I'm hoping you go and get a picture with him, just so you can do it right.
I'll just do this.
Wait, I can't see. Hold on. All right, what were you gonna do? Nope, don't do that.
I'll do this.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah.
You have to remember I've got you on a different tab than what I'm reading off of, so
Gotcha.
I can't see you.
All right,
Rikishi. Then we have, it is with great pleasure we announce the addition of SCX star Sergeant Ledbetter.
Hey, Sergeant Ledbetter.
He will be there. Most recognizable faces.
I applaud you for not butchering his name.
I thought about it. He's known for more than his scathing promos than he is. He's known more for his scathing promos than he is for his honorable tactics in the ring. Never known not to take a shortcut, Ledbetter has done battle in the SCX ring with legends like Duke Drosy, Shane Douglas, Tommy Rich, and the Headbangers. Does the Sarge have what it takes to become victorious at SCX 5? Only time will tell.
I kind of wish I would have seen the one with Ledbetter and Duke Drosy.
Me too. Kenzie Page from NWA is going to be there.
Very nice. I believe women's champion in the NWA.
It is. We're happy to add the NWA Women's Worlds and one half of the NWA Women's Tag Team Champion.
Yeah, I know that gets your goat sometimes, Minderz.
Yep. I don't like it too. Although, you know what?
It makes you feel better. Her partner is also the women's television champion.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, but here's the thing. In my opinion, it's different when it's not the main, when it's not the main, like AEW or WWE or TNA. I can handle it being NWA or
like
ECW or any of those.
Yeah.
Reb.
Yeah.
Huss. John Nord has been added. I'm so excited.
That's awesome because we get to meet the guy because he was kind of a false start on the pod. We were having issues with him, and we have not had a chance to get him back on yet. So I'm looking forward to talking to him and meeting him and all that good business. So
I'm excited to talk to him about Lynn. I think that's going to be fun.
Great if they could book the grappler for this.
Well, I'd love it. Crash Jackson.
Okay.
He will be a new face to the Squared Circle Expo, but definitely not to professional wrestling. The current reigning Wrestling Revolver Remix champion, Jackson, is ready to take on all fighters from SCX and beyond. We are excited and honestly a little scared having a big man name make his SCX debut this coming April.
I like that Wrestling Revolver. I don't know how much you've seen of it, Minderz.
I've seen some, not a lot, but I've seen some.
Sammy Callahan's promotion in Iowa.
Ah, okay.
And, our buddy Cat Carter is a referee there.
Nice. I know this one popped you because you were fangirling out when this one got announced. Dean Malenko is going to be there. There's no intro that I can do that's worthy of him. Of 1,000 holds.
I hope we catch him on a good day.
I do too. I really do. I hope he's having a good
It's
day
awesome
that
that he's going to be there.
day.
Definitely one of my favorites. So
Then, just a little side note: tickets for Saturday night's Circle City Rumble, which is the SCX event, are down to less than 100 available.
damn, going like hotcakes.
They're going quick, and Saturday single tickets are now approaching 60% sold out. And there are still a couple of Friday only guests to be announced, so don't sleep on those tickets either.
Probably somebody from AEW, I'm guessing, because Collision's on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Furthering Squared Circle Expo's partnership with the National Wrestling Alliance, we are proud to welcome AJ and KC Kazana.
Yeah, with their pops, Joe Kazana.
With their pops, the Country Gentlemen.
They're a very good tag team in the NWA. And Joe also runs Joe Kazana Promotions, one of the NWA territories in Tennessee.
Very nice. Next, we have a veteran of not just SCX, but of the professional wrestling business as a whole, Tim Lutz. Lutz or Lutz?
I think it's Lutz.
Is it Lutz?
Okay.
Okay.
There's not an umlaut over the U, is there?
No, but I had a classmate, and it was Lutz.
I'm going to go with Lutz until he corrects me.
Okay, Lutz has been a wrestler, a manager, a promoter, and every other position one can have in this business. He hasn't found a lot of luck yet in this SCX ring. Yeah, caught it. But his Guinness World Record holder, I want to know what he holds the Guinness World Record for.
For Guinness.
And yes, we are serious. Plans to make that change this coming April. Okay. And then I'm hoping this one pops Bari. I'm not sure if it will or not. But the youngest men in professional wrestling are making their SCX debut this coming April, thanks to our friends over at Pro Wrestling Tees. And that is the AEW stars, the Outrunners.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of psyched for this one.
I kind of am too.
I'll have to get a picture in my Zubaz.
There you go. Dude, how many different outfits are you going to have to take to this?
You make it sound like I'm a fancy man when you ask me a question like that. How many outfits?
Well, how many outfits are you taking?
I'm going to take probably a stack of T-shirts. I sweat a lot, as you know.
Oh,
so
I know.
I'm going to have to roll through some T-shirts. And then,
and you got to make sure to bring your X-Bombers T-shirt. And you got to make sure to bring your Jim Cornette T-shirt. And Turbo Magnum, as Barry says.
Well, Barry says he's bringing a suit if they're doing a Hurt Business picture.
Oh, I know. And I'm going to look like one of these things is not like the other. I'm really good at doing that, by the way.
Yeah. You and Greg Jovi can bond over that.
That's true. We can. That's tomorrow night.
That's
Come
tomorrow.
on now.
Have to make sure you have the picture handy.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Sorry.
Anybody
I was reading
else?
your notes. I'm trying to figure it out. Nope, that's it.
Okay. Very exciting.
I'm like I said, Outrunners, Dean Malenko. Those two I popped. John Nord.
Yeah, Nord. I think Nord popped me most because I'm excited to get to finally meet the guy.
Yes. And hopefully he's heard good things about us because Lynn loves us.
Yeah.
Or I think Lynn loves us. He seems to.
Seems to, yeah. As long as we don't throw up in Texas.
Yeah, don't throw up in Texas. You wait till you get to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. But don't tell Briscoe that.
Am I going to be the brave one that has to ask JBL that one?
I don't think it's a bravery thing. Just, I think you might pop him.
I'd be like, hey, so Lynn told us that he can't throw up in Texas. Is this true?
But if Gerald Briscoe is close by, he can say, yes, you can.
He'll get over it. Okay, let's move
Thorpe,
on.
as Pat Patterson called him, over the edge 98. All right, well, Minderz, let's talk about, since Vengeance Day aired first, let's talk about that at the top of this. And then we'll get into Grand Slam after that.
P.S. I'm on a caffeine high, so this could be very interesting.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did I do this in order? I sure didn't do this in order. Let's see. So, kicks off with Fallon Henry and Stephanie Vaquer for North American Champion. We've already talked about how much we enjoyed this match, Minderz.
It was great. Even
The
with
interference was to a minimum.
but it was done perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind interference if it's done correctly.
Right.
And it was done correctly. Enough for Fallon to keep her heat.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's some false finishes. I thought that Fallon might get the win on this one.
yes. There
But
were a few.
I think we both did we both pick Stephanie to win this? Or?
No, I picked Fallon.
You picked Fallon, okay.
I didn't think they'd take it off of her quite yet. I thought they'd wait a little bit and do it later, but apparently not. I figured Stephanie would have it before WrestleMania, but I didn't think they'd take it off Fallon already. I don't feel like she's had it that long, but apparently she's had it longer than November.
November. Halloween Havoc, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
she had a good run.
She did have a good run.
And I like that Fallon Henley. She got talent.
She does. I like her a lot.
Yes.
But I liked her before when she was with Briggs and Jensen.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's because she kind of fits in with our style, like our area. Kind of the bartender,
like Midwestern kind of vibe. Yeah, I get it. All right.
That's why I liked her anyway. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Second match, I believe, was the tag title match, right? Fraser and Axiom against Briggs and Inamura.
Could that have went any faster at times? Holy cow!
It was pretty quick, and
I'll tell you what, though. I forget who I saw put it up, but somebody said Fraxium was tag team of the year, and I said, "Duh."
Yeah, I forget.
That's who I picked as my tag team of the year last year.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
I'm just waiting for the time they drop these belts so they can split them up, but
so they can turn on each other.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even sure who could at this point.
I keep coming back to Gallus if they want to do that, but they haven't really used them much lately.
They haven't used them. But we've also got this new faction that showed up.
We'll get to that here. Real quick, I do want to say I like Briggs and Inamura as a tag team.
They worked really well together.
Yes. Big, strong dudes.
And it made it nice that they were the big, strong dudes, especially against
the little flying guys.
The little flying guys.
Yeah.
So they could do a lot more fun shit. Yeah. And I don't like flippy dippy shit. And for some reason, with Fraxium, it works for me. So.
Yeah. So after the match was over, the lights go out, and then we get these 4 PC guys come in to start beating up everybody. And I did find their names.
Do they have a name for their group yet?
No, they look very shieldy, though.
They did.
So it's Dion Lennox, Saquon Sugars. You like that guy? He's got the same name as your dog. Cutler James and Joshua Black. I'm not sure who's who out of all these.
You want my opinion?
Tread lightly.
Dion is the top left.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty sure Dion's top left. And I'm pretty sure Cutler's top right.
Okay.
And I think Sugas is bottom left. And I think Joshua Black is bottom right.
All right. I am very curious to hear if you are right about this. But they came out for, after this, laid out everybody. They beat up Fraser, Axiom, Briggs, and Inamura. And security, I think.
Yep.
And
I did pay attention to security, but I didn't.
Well, they were
Dion Lennox is the one with the glasses on. Throw that picture back up.
Oh, okay.
Ha!
Top
I got
left.
that one right.
Okay.
I got that one
right. All right. Good on you. All right. Next match after this was that the strap match?
Yeah, it was a strap match. Holy.
I've got to say, I was shocked. I didn't think Thorpe was going to win this. I thought it was going to be Trey.
I did too. I
had a logistical criticism of this match at the very beginning. I go back to like the great strap matches, chain matches, whatever, when they would have 3 referees in the ring, have 1 referee on each guy, and then the referee in the middle holding the strap, so that you don't get the guy jumping the guy before he's all hooked up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think back to the Piper Valentine dog collar match, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And
that did not happen.
No, it did not happen. I wish it would. It's just kind of like a nod to tradition,
Right.
Maybe I'm yelling at clouds here, but you know how it is. A really good match. Thorpe impressed the hell out of me in this match.
Okay, I'm gonna let you say this one. I'll put it up, but you're saying it.
You're going to make me read this?
Yep.
All
Hey,
right.
Bari put it up.
Bari put it up. Bari's allowed to say it. I am just echoing.
Yes, we are the messengers.
Bari says, I feel some kind of way whipping a black man during Black History Month, and he lost. I was going to send a message to the group, but I refrained because I didn't want it to be taken the wrong way.
You send it to our group message. You never. Yeah, you don't worry about it.
I'm going to send it to the group now. Just.
Oh, geez, here we go.
What?
No, I just. Bari says poor booking. Poor booking. I really thought Trick was going to win. I really did.
All right, Bari, I'm putting this in the chat. Don't hate me if you are offended. I don't think you will be, but
Bari won't be offended by you. I promise.
Bari loves me. He's my buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's in there. So
now I have to read. Hey, by the way,
yeah.
Which one did I pick for Shaquan? Go back to the picture.
Back to the picture. It was.
I said the bottom.
Bottom left, right?
Left.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there you go.
There you go. All right. Does he not know how to wear a shirt?
Nope. He's like bitch ass. Bitch ass don't know how to wear a shirt either.
This is very true. I think that they're going to strap the rocket to Thorpe out of this.
What? You know what? I used to like Thorpe, and now I'm not a fan.
Really? Go deeper.
I don't know. He's done too much whiny shit to be that whiny.
He's done a lot of whiny shit, but if they could fix him, I mean, he's got it in the ring.
Okay, Sean said Cutler James is next to Lennox.
All right, and picture Lennox.
That's what I said.
Okay, yeah.
And then Joshua.
So that makes Joshua Black by elimination is the one on the bottom right.
Yep.
All right.
I was right.
You were right. Good on you.
Anyway, let's move on.
All right. So after the strap match, we have the Paige Evans match.
Yeah. Why do you have to break his jaw again?
I gotta say, if Evans puts a few more pounds on, he's going to be a huge star.
Oh my gosh.
He was so good. Both those guys were good.
And they work well together.
Mm-hmm.
They work really well together.
He took that punch in the face like a champ, didn't he?
He did. And to see his mouthpiece go flying out of his mouth, that was crazy.
Yep. Sean, we're going to get to that after we're done with AEW, because Minderz actually watched LFG.
I watched it. Yeah. Bari, the finished chef's kiss. It really was.
Yes.
It was a chef's kiss.
Very well done.
And the part where he caught his ankle in the stairs. Because Evans sold that like $1 million. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I was very proud of both those boys. They did a very good job.
Yes. Very much.
Not good enough to earn Hoot status, because Hoot is next up.
Next up, title match, Obafemi versus Grayson Waller, Austin Theory. I almost said Tyson Theory. I don't know why. But
you want to make someone look like a beast, this is how you do it.
I liked how they played up the dissension with Theory and Waller.
I did too. How we're going to work together.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope this actually means they're splitting them up.
I don't know. They were on Raw last night, and they were doing an interview together. They seemed like they were all chummy, but then Waller kept kind of butting into the interview and talking over Theory a little bit. So maybe they're planting a little seed there.
Plant some seeds. Let's do this.
I don't know if I'm ready for a babyface Austin Theory, though. He's so good at being the unlikable heel.
So why not make him the heel instead of Waller?
I can't buy Waller as a babyface.
True.
Waller's the one being the dick in the situation.
Then they need to split them, like even split shows. They need to put one on one and one on the other.
Oh, you got to at least have a little bit of a program out of that, because otherwise, what's the point of splitting them up if there's no blow off?
True. Where's her damn whiteboard? We'll figure this shit out. Because in all honesty, I wouldn't mind seeing Theory go after the U.S. title.
Yeah. Well, he's had the U.S. title. I did see him go after the Intercontinental title. Him and Breaker could be pretty darn good.
Ooh. Oh, you. Theory could be a sympathetic face. You're a dick, by the way.
Who, me?
Yes.
What'd I do?
Tease me with a good time again, damn it. Yes, we'll get to that too, Sean. Just wait. We're going through Vengeance Day right now. You know how this works. All right.
So after this match, then the four Shieldy guys came out.
And yeah, but Oba
it took 4 guys to beat Oba down.
It did. And Oba just looks like such a force. He's so good. If he could only cut a promo better, he would be ready. He would be ready.
His promos are good in short bursts.
If they're short, yes, he can handle a short promo very well. But
yeah, Sean said he's shocked Ethan won. I'm not shocked. I kind of figured Paige was going to win that one.
I thought, well, that just means we get another one because now they've had 2.
They're not done.
So we get at least another one.
Yeah,
and probably be at Stand and Deliver.
Probably, yeah. I'm okay with it.
I am too.
Yep. Main event Minderz, women's title, Julia defending against Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Cora Jade. Again, I agree with you. Not quite as good as the opening match with Fallon and Stephanie, but I enjoyed this match quite a bit.
It was a good match. I did like the play between Cora and Roxy, and they're going to break them up. I didn't think it would be Bayley just because Bayley is in the Elimination Chamber match. So
well, now so's Roxy.
Right. Exactly.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be Cora if it was going to be Julia. But I didn't see Julia losing that match.
Here's the thing. I have a feeling Cora's going to take that belt off of Masha eventually.
Think so?
I do.
She got a shot coming.
I know.
Oh, we have to talk about this. Santino showed up at Vengeance Day.
And the liaison for NXT, Miss NXT.
Yep, his daughter.
Yes.
But it sounds like he and Ava had some ideas to trade back and forth. I'm hoping that means we're going to get Oba and Moose.
I'm hoping. Well, did you see some of the names he threw out, though? Oba was not one of them.
I didn't see the names he threw
out. He threw out Stax.
What?
Stax from the family?
No, I know who Stax is, but
he threw out Stax.
He would be my first choice.
Well, he wasn't his first choice, but that's the one that stood out the most to me. I'm trying to remember because they had it on a reel that I watched. Because then, what's his daughter's name?
Ariana Grace.
Yeah, Ariana Grace. She goes, well, let's go celebrate the Day of Vengeance. And he goes, Vengeance Day. Who's taught you how to learn these things? And it was him. Because he was saying their names all totally, completely wrong. So, and
like John Cena.
Yeah, it was kind of. But it was, I forget who the other. Tricky Williams. Tricky Williams. And you know what? When they said Trick, you know who I wouldn't mind seeing him go against? Ace Austin.
Wow, I haven't thought about that. That'd be interesting.
I think that'd be fun.
Okay, I'd be down for it. So I'm curious where this is going to lead, where this is going to go going forward. After the main event's over, Julia wins, and then Stephanie comes out, and they're both holding up their belts in the ring, and you can see Stephanie kind of eyeing that women's title a little bit when they're in there. And then, sure enough, what happens, Minderz?
Jordan came out.
Yep.
Jordan Grace came out.
Yep.
And she was our NXT shirt. She is officially signed to NXT now.
And she was putting the stink eye on both of those belts in the ring, too.
Uh-huh.
So I'm curious what this means for Jordan.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling she's
probably going after Julie, I'd imagine.
I feel like she needs to start with North American. I feel like she needs to go after Stephanie. But here's the problem. I'm not sure who they're going to have go after
Julia. Unless it's Cora. Cora didn't get pinned.
Ooh, or it could be Jordan goes after Julia and Cora goes after Stephanie.
Could be. Oh, it also kind of depends on if Cora gets the TNA belt from Masha.
That's true too. Because if Cora beats Masha, Cora can come back, rub it in Jordan's face how she beat Masha, but Masha,
I'm holding your title now.
I'm not surprised that Roxanne took the pin.
Knowing what we know now, I'm not surprised. Because if that was indeed Roxy's last night on NXT, then...
That's what should have been done.
Yeah.
Which I think it was.
Well, yeah, I mean, she went up to Raw and qualified for the Chamber match now, so...
All right, we're going to talk about Raw. Wait, no, we got to talk about...
We're talking Grand Slam first.
Okay.
All right, so I watched this today.
I'm sorry.
No Excalibur on this show.
I watched part of it. I know. Wasn't that glorious?
It was, but also it highlighted just how little I need to hear Tony Schiavone on commentary.
Right? Nigel did a good job.
Nigel was phenomenal. Nigel was great.
Did good.
Should have brought Chris Charlton in, but Tony wouldn't let that happen.
Sean, there was tension between her and Cora. That's what we enjoyed about that match.
Mm-hmm. So it starts off with the Omega Ospreay, Takeshita and Fletcher match.
You about said it my way.
I almost did. I enjoyed it. Takeshi's so good.
He is. He's so good. And the thing is...
So's Ospreay.
And you know what? And I like Fletcher.
Yeah.
The only one in this mix that I could leave or take is Omega. And I think it's just because he's not the Omega.
He's not the same Omega that he was.
He's not New Japan Omega.
No, New Japan Omega, I'm all for it. AEW Omega is kind of watered down, not quite the same. Of course, he's also been injured.
He's also older and injured, and.
But if they don't put the world title on Takeshita at some point, I'll be I'll be more disappointed in Tony Khan.
Is it bad now that every time Don Callis is speaking, all I hear is Cyrus?
Well, he is.
I mean, for obvious reasons, but now I don't picture him as Don Callis anymore. I picture him as Cyrus.
Well, he doesn't have the hair now.
He may not. I still picture him as Cyrus, giving Joel Gertner shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just wait till tomorrow when we record the next TNN episode.
Oh, I'm sure.
You're gonna scratch your head a little bit on a few things on that episode. I skimmed ahead to get the audio off of it.
Gotcha.
All right. So Omega and Ospreay win. Actually, I enjoyed the finish. The Hidden Blade One-Winged Angel combo thing looked cool.
It did.
So
okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. I made it to the only match I didn't watch, and that's because I wanted to really pay attention to it, was Buddy and Okada. And I missed Tony and Mariah.
Okay. You should go back and watch the Tony Mariah match. It was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah. The next match on here was that Mercedes and Harley?
Yes. Oh.
Hey, we talked about it. It was actually a pretty good match.
Yeah, but Mercedes has Dom heat.
Hey,
she had Dom heat in Australia.
If you need to get heat, the best way to do it is to obliterate a puppet of yourself in the middle of the ring.
Sean, yes, we will make predictions for Chamber next week.
Yes, next Tuesday we're doing Chamber predictions.
And who beats Okada? I don't give a shit who beats Okada. I just want somebody to beat Okada.
Anybody
at this point, except Orange. Not Orange.
Yeah, not Pockets. You know what? I'll just throw one out. Joe. Give me Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a story there.
There is.
Okada was Joe's young boy in TNA.
Yep.
So I'll just go on the record. I'll say Samoa Joe. Once he's done with...
If they can get him away from Christian.
Did I sound like an old man when I was asking about the name of his group?
No, because all I saw was oops. That was all I saw was oops. Sorry.
I thought I went to Naughty by Nature. I was like, is this like OPPs?
Sean, I don't think it's going to be Takeshita.
Well, Takeshi's in the middle of a run with two different belts already.
Right.
And then
He doesn't need to be in another one.
if the next belt he gets needs to be the world title.
Yes. Once he loses his.
Once he loses both of these.
Yeah.
Let's see. So yeah, Harley Mercedes, definitely the best match I've seen Harley have. Hands down.
Oh yeah.
One of the probably.
It was okay for Monet's
Yeah,
side.
I can't be that going with Mercedes, but
Well, part of the reason though is because we saw her with Bailey,
who beats Takeshita, probably Omega.
Yeah.
They're doing this whole tournament now for number one contender for the international title starting tomorrow. So
don't care.
Yeah. But I'll just guess Omega.
Yeah,
Mercedes.
It's hard for me to say that some of the matches she's having now are better than. Like,
I mean,
the Iron
nothing,
Woman match.
They're nothing compared to the stuff she did in WWE.
No, it's nothing compared to NXT stuff. To even the NXT stuff. I mean,
no, the stuff with Bailey just was so good.
Great, yeah.
The stuff she did with Charlotte. Oh, yeah, definitely her best work was WWE. She's just kind of phoning it in and cashing checks at this point.
But man, she came out and they were just booing the shit out of her. They were trying to pipe in the CEO chant or whatever. Oh, they were just
she's gonna get booed anyway because Harley's the local girl. She's from Aussie.
I know, but man, Australia did not like Mercedes at all, and I kind of enjoyed all of it.
Sean says Willow or Chris should beat Mercedes. Well, they've both tried and they've already lost.
They've already failed.
If
Camille's gone.
Camille's gone. If she was still around, then I would agree, but that would have been smart booking. But you know how it is. So I don't know who's going to challenge Mercedes at this point.
Again,
all their good talent are letting run away.
If anybody remembers from last week, I said I didn't give a shit. Sky Blue could beat Mercedes.
Yeah, which, as I said, was a pretty bold statement for you because we know how you feel about Sky Blue.
I'm not crazy about Sky Blue.
No. You got heat with Sky Blue.
Title stealing.
Harlot.
There you go. Harlot.
Slattern. No, I won't say that's mean.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Yes.
Buddy Matthews and Okada. Buddy kind of made some waves after the show, Minderz, on social media.
Hey, I'll agree with him because that looked like a little freaking ring.
Okay, so I wanted some reference points here. So everybody was saying that was a 16 by 16 ring.
Mm-hmm.
QT said it was an 18 by 18, and their usual ring is a 20 by 20.
Right.
Okay, number one, he said that AEW is the only company that does 20 by 20. WWE does too, by the way.
Yes.
But I reached out to our buddy David Cavazos because I was curious about what size ring they used for 01. Because the ring they used in Grand Slam was from a local indie, I think PWA in Australia.
Okay.
And he said the one they use for their main shows is an 18 by 18, and the one in Edgewood is 16 by 16.
Okay, so it might be 18 by 18.
I think it was 18 by 18.
I don't think it looked as small as the 16 by 16.
It looked low. It looked like almost like it was this, like height wise, it was like in between the two rings. And we know the rings in 01.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as low as the one in Edgewood, but it wasn't as tall as the one that they used for the big shows.
Nope.
So I think it wasn't 18 by 18, but apparently it wasn't a very good ring because Buddy almost broke his ankle just on his entrance because there was a hole in the mat.
Yeah. Dude, did you see that video? I did see that clip of when he got in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh. It's almost as bad to watch as Sid.
Sean has asked the $1 million question, Minderz. Why did AEW sign Camille if they weren't going to use her probably just to get her away from WWE?
Yep. They didn't want WWE to have her, so they took her.
And Camille is probably my favorite women's wrestler at least in the country when used right. I loved her working in NWA.
Man, if they would have used her right and she would have turned on Mercedes the way we kept trying to set it up.
If they didn't play her like the fucking idiot, always falling around and all that shit. She needed to be a diesel more than a...
Right. China. She needed to be China.
Yeah. Instead of just like they made her a clumsy oaf, like when they made Natty a gas bag in WWE.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bad. I mean, just think we could have gotten Camille and Megan Bain 1-on-1, which I would have been down for.
We still might if we pay attention. We
That's
still
true.
might get
That's
that.
true. That's true.
We still might.
Yeah. But yeah, just add Camille to the list of the ruined in Tony Land. All right, so Okada won, big whoop. I'll tell you what, Buddy out wrestled him even on one leg in that match.
Oh, I can imagine. Buddy's damn good.
Buddy is really good.
He's so good.
And
he
the
just
matches
gets
he had against Black in WWE.
Oh, some of my favorites.
That's why I was so bummed when they put him in a group with Black as soon as he showed up in AEW. I was like, I don't want to get this match again. we didn't get it.
We didn't get it.
And Tony never gets it.
No. Well, see, why don't they let us play with his toys and then we
right. Give me the book, Tony.
Give us the book. We'll take care of this problem for you.
I'm just saying, I'm just as qualified as Tony is. I just don't have the billions of dollars.
Right. And yes, Rhea was there to support him, which was awesome.
Yes.
I did like his little throw out to her in his entrance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you notice he used her hold?
Yeah.
That Kondo clutch?
Yep.
And Nigel even kind of referenced it. It's like, so.
Wow, that's impressive.
He said it was a tribute of sorts. He didn't say to who or whom, if grammar police were out there. All right, well, let's move on. The semi-main was the Brisbane Brawl.
That damn toothbrush came back out, didn't it?
The Toronto toothbrush was out and about, I believe.
Oh, jeez.
How did that clear customs, by the way?
Not sure.
But yeah, we got Moxley and Claudio against Copeland and White, and it was kind of what I expected it to be. It was just madhouse kind of thing.
You know what? I take that back. I think I made it to that match, and then I shut it off.
A little too much fuckery.
Yes.
Of course, Useless had to come out and interfere, and Marina.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, same old shit.
Same old shit, different day.
And so Edge got pretty much dominated and beat at the end of this match. So how do I buy him against Moxley on the pay-per-view?
You can't. You can't. And I hate that because I like Cope.
I know you do.
I don't like what he's doing. You
can't cope with how they're treating him.
It's tough. It's really tough. I wish that
he's trying to be too nice. He's trying to put everybody over.
And he needs to stop it. If he's gonna be stop it. If he's gonna be the badass, because I feel like he wants exactly.
Not the Cope.
bad Cope. I feel like if he wants to.
Dummy. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah.
I feel like if he wants to go back to that rated R superstar, he's got to quit being nice. He's just got to quit being nice.
Mm-hmm.
I get so frustrated.
Edge needs to ditch FTR. Christian needs to ditch the patriarchy and just put them back together again as heels.
Or put them against each other again.
No, put them as a tag team.
As ENC?
As ENC, as heels.
Nice. Okay. I'm no crap. It'd be CNC now. And there's no way to get away. There's no way to get around it. It's CNC now.
Or it could be C cubed.
C cubed. Oh God! Don't give Tony ideas. If we get a C cubed tag team, I might have to hurt you. But okay, what was next? Because that ended. Moxley kept the belt. Blah 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 blah.
All right, main event time. Women's title. Toni Storm and Mariah May. I enjoyed this match.
We both called this one because I said Tony was going to win because I didn't think there was
no way Tony's not winning. Yeah,
not in Australia. Home. Yeah,
no. Didn't win with her finish. There's some false finishes. She won with a roll up, which I like because I wasn't expecting it.
Right.
But now Tony's a 4-time women's champion. She's the first one to do that, so mazel tov. Yeah, I mean, nice main event. Crowd went home happy. Well,
all that really
besides being frustrated with all the other crap surrounding this pay-per-view-ish show.
Pay-per-view-ish show.
Well, they thought it was going to be a pay-per-view. Wound up being a TV. And I know Tony never actually said it was a pay-per-view, but he never said it wasn't.
I'm sorry, it irritates me that he names just regular shows.
Yeah. And they're not even really good names. Winter is coming.
Yeah, they suck.
I don't need to hear about the sexual habits of Johnny Winter.
Okay, can we leave this now?
All right, well, let's take a little pause and pay some bills real quick, Minderz.
And then we're coming back with what? LFG?
We'll come back with LFG. Yeah.
And then Raw? Okay.
Yeah. All right, we are back, and apparently we are being asked to talk about SmackDown too.
There's only like one thing we need to cover on SmackDown.
There's a couple things I think we can get in. Number one,
Oh,
Priest qualified for the Chamber.
Right. So now we get that, but now we get that face off between. They can push that Drew and Priest thing. So I'm kind of excited about that.
We got the tension between the bloodline. Jacob and Solo were getting a little spicy with each other. So I'm curious where that's going to go. That means Jacob's going to be a babyface, which I'm kind of all for. I mean, he's kind of a babyface now. He's getting cheered.
I would say he's already getting cheered, so you may as well use it.
Yeah. But I think
the crowd will tell you what they want. So
yes. Well, I think the main thing that Sean wants us to talk about is the video that Nick Aldis showed. Apparently,
and if anyone believes that it was Liv and Raquel,
I got some oceanfront property in Missouri to show you.
I do. I've got some oceanfront property in Missouri that I've got for sale.
I have a
Call
theory.
Me up. Okay.
Number one, this footage is bullshit. That's not what happened. Right. I think it's an elaborate ruse, a facade, if you will, a charade. And I think it's a setup between Liv and Raquel and Naomi to get the tag belts onto Liv and Raquel and to get Naomi away from Bianca. I think what happens is on Monday, Liv and Raquel win the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the Chamber, the last three in the match are going to be Bianca, Liv, and Naomi. It's going to come down to Bianca and Naomi. And then Bianca's going to win. So Bianca's going to get her title shot with Rhea. And then Naomi's going to just snap and beat up on Bianca a little bit.
And Jade comes out to say Bianca.
And then we get Jade and Naomi at Mania. We get Bianca and Rhea at Mania.
Okay, I'm down. Let's do it.
All right. Book it.
Book it. No, my whole thought was, okay, so that was supposedly phone footage, right?
Yeah.
The only one that's ever usually on their phone, like if you watch any of the like reels and stuff.
Theory?
Huh?
Austin Theory?
Well, yeah, him. But no, out of those four women, Naomi is always posting stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Regular Encyclopedia Brown over here, Minderz.
Exactly. So that's the reason I think Naomi is setting it up to make it look like it was Liv and Raquel when actually it was her.
Sean, yes, I think so.
Yes. That's what we think. So there you go. There's SmackDown. In a nutshell. In a whiteboard. That's the SmackDown. In a whiteboard.
All right. Well, Minderz, let's talk LFG. You watched this show. I didn't because I don't get any. Mm-hmm. Your impressions. First off, let's run down the list of all of the talent, the future greats as they call them on.
That's what LFG stands for. Legends and future greats. Sure, that's what it stands for. Sure.
All right, so we
Sean,
have
Sean asked, so would those three be a team then?
no. I think it's
No,
just
they're not gonna be a
the
team. I think they're
just
just
a means
working
to an end
together.
to get the belts on to Liv and Raquel.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so here's the list of names here. We got Braden, BJ Ray,
Dick.
and Elijah Holyfield. If that sounds familiar, that is Evander Holyfield's son.
I'm going to give you my opinion of each of them as you go through.
Okay. Now, although you should also make sure you point out which ones have literally just gotten to the PC.
Okay, Holyfield has only been there a week as of
Right.
taping of LFG.
Okay, so
As
that's
of
maybe
taping.
like 3 weeks ago then, or who
Right.
knows when that was. Zena Sterling.
She has been there. She's a terrible promo, but she's actually pretty good. Like in the ring, she's good. She's terrible promo.
Give her Heyman.
Well, that or let her. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah.
But
okay, moving on. Shiloh Hill.
I like Shiloh.
It sounds like the site of a battle in the Civil War. The rebels took Shiloh Hill.
He has a missing tooth that is really prominent because it's his front left tooth.
Oh, he's got the Outback Jack look.
He does. And when he's talking though, he has like a partial that he puts in. But when he's wrestling, he has it. Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit of a lisp. Not bad.
A slight lisp.
Just slight lisp.
Slight.
But
just slight.
I really like him.
So he could say Santos Escobar.
Exactly. And not be making
What? Minderz? I can't see you.
Read.
Oh, I see. Spoiler alert. Okay, yeah, spoiler. Moose is on NXT confronting Obafemi. Are they listening to this show? Did I not just say this like 20 minutes ago?
Wait, that's the second time, because we said last week that Ricky was going to NXT.
Uh-huh.
Okay, sorry. That caught me off guard.
I could tell because I wasn't looking at your face. I was reading this list and I hear you're getting all excited.
Yeah, sorry. Bari said he expects Holyfield to be dude. Okay, so Holyfield is pretty freaking awesome.
Holyfield is a stud.
Yeah, he's pretty good as a wrestler, and he's halfway decent in a good promo. The biggest thing that he needs to be careful of is his last name, and that's that he's going to get chalked up as like Charlotte Flair did. You only got this spot because of your last name.
Well,
that's what he's got to be
anybody that's seen him play football knows that. I mean, they go after college athletes like crazy for the PC. He would have gotten in regardless, but I'm sure it helps that his dad has a history with WWE a little bit.
Right.
But it's not going to. They can't say he's going to be with success because Holyfield didn't wrestle. He was a boxer.
Well, I know, but even
so Elijah got to put the work in. Well,
Bully even said that he needs to watch out because of his last name. That was what Bully said on the show.
That's okay. Hey, Bubba Ray's a smart fella.
He really is.
Sean says the one I like is Tyra May Steele.
Tyra May Steele, yeah.
Tyra May Steele. Yep, there she is. Right underneath Shiloh Hill.
Yep. Okay, so
thoughts on Tyra?
She needs to learn to make her own decisions, not call her husband.
Uh-huh.
She's really good in the ring. I will give her that she has the athleticism to do it. She is a gold. She's an Olympic gold winner.
Yeah. What event? I forget.
Amateur wrestling.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's her. Okay, I know.
Yeah, that's her.
The face to the name now because I remember the face, but I don't remember the name.
But in my opinion,
she won when Mabel Stevenson won.
Yes.
Okay.
Sean, we'll get there. We're talking LFG right now. Hold on.
Don't yell at our listeners.
I'll yell at Sean. He's okay with it. Tyra May Steele. I thought her promo wasn't that great, but they all seem to like her. All the judges seem to like her, or all the coaches seem to like her. Yeah. So. And Sean does not like Braden BJ Ray.
Okay, let's take a pause. Let's get into Braden BJ Ray a little bit because I've only heard things. I haven't watched the show.
So I watched the show for about a total of long enough for them. He was like there you go, Sean. I'll give you that one, Sean. So because I knew you would listen to Busted Open. So I was really curious after I watched this. I messaged you immediately. I said, what did Bubba have to say about Braden J? And you were like, who?
Then I asked, is he the one that was disrespectful?
Yeah, and you go, was that the one that's disrespectful? I said, oh yeah. So he's like one of the first ones you figure out who his name is when you watch the show. And this was I said, I wrote it down, Braden J. Ray, BJ Ray. And I said, oh boy, he's in trouble.
Yeah, I can think of a lot of people in the business I wouldn't want to be an asshole to. I think Taker and Bubba might be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And Booker ain't too far behind.
So here's the deal. This is what happened. So Bubba he gets announced as he's one of the coaches. He walks in. Braden sticks out his hand like he's going to shake his hand. Bubba looks at him and he says, I'm not shaking your hand until you earn it. You don't need my respect. You have to earn it.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in real quick because he explained that he never shakes any student's hand, even at his own school.
Nope.
And he doesn't learn anybody's first name either because he doesn't want to get chummy with them.
Right.
He's there to teach, and he's there to coach and to make these guys tough and on this business.
Yep.
And yeah.
And
because there are people on social media like, oh, Bubba's an asshole. He didn't shake his hand. It's like, we didn't fucking earn it.
Nope. And that's exactly what he said. He says, once you earn it, I might shake your hand.
Yep. It's like the people that, they, it's like a month before they ever step into a ring at wrestling school because they have to earn it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that BJ's not my favorite. I don't like him.
That sounds like he's nobody's favorite.
Well, here's the thing. He's such a disrespectful asshole that he's probably going to do well in the competition.
Well, you said he seems like he's got the whole package.
He does, and that's the part that's annoying. Because he's just
a Logan Paul type.
No, I wouldn't even go there.
I'm not saying like specifically, but like he's the jackass that runs his mouth, but he can back it up athletically.
Almost MJF-ish.
Ugh.
Yeah, like could be that dick, but he's not as good as MJF. But he could be that dick.
Well, we all have a little bit of a dick inside us,
right? All right, who's next?
Like, that didn't come out right. I'm going to move on.
Nope, it sure didn't. Let's go on.
Bailey Humphrey.
See, now this one, I don't remember her, so that's not a good sign.
Okay, moving on. Chris Island.
You know what? Maybe.
What?
Never mind. I was trying to think of which one she was, and I'm trying to think if she was the one from Mexico.
Bailey Humphrey?
There's one from Mexico. And none of their names kind of fit with...
Maybe Serena?
Might have been Serena.
Okay, well,
it might have been. Anyway.
Right, let's move on. Chris Island, which sounds like a really lousy vacation resort.
Terrible promo.
Okay. Fair enough. Moving on. Lee Laurel.
I like Lee. I like Lee a lot.
Lee lady or fella?
Lee lady.
Okay. That's one of those unisex names. That's why I asked.
Power lifter.
Okay.
So built, very Jordan Grace built.
I'll say, is she thick?
She's thick.
Because I know Bianca can do the powerlifting too, and she's not quite as thick as Jordan Grace.
She's thick like Jordan and taller.
Okay. All right. That'll work.
But she's kind of a picture. Who was the one from NXT that kicked Raquel in the face and knocked her out? It was one of the Japanese ladies. Xia Li? Was it Xia Li?
Well, yeah, she's Chinese, but yeah, she did. I think she's big on kicking people.
I think it was okay. So picture Xia Li with about an extra 75 pounds on her.
Oof, damn.
Yeah, she's a big girl.
Big girl, okay.
But not Piper Niven big.
Right. She's fire hydrant.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I hear Noodles doing things.
No, that might be Stacy doing things.
Oh, okay.
You okay?
All right. Who's next? Who's
All
next?
right. Serena Linton.
It's her first week.
Okay.
That's actually, yeah, that is the girl that came out with the Mexican gear. She actually, her father was deported.
Ooh. Like recently?
So I don't think it was super recently. I don't think it's because of everything that's going on right now. I think he was deported, and he was deported on her birthday.
Oof.
It was really, yeah. And then she started to cut a promo, and the guys were like her first promo was really bad, and then she started cutting a promo about her, not really cutting a promo, but telling the
Telling her
story
story.
of her dad, and Take and Bully were both like, "Where was that during your promo? We want that."
Oh, that's
That's what
big.
we
That's a
want.
big thing with Bubba. He wants realism.
Yes, he does. So that was a big thing
Yeah.
with her. But like I said, she's only been there a week.
Yeah.
So, well, 3 weeks probably at this point, but
Okay. Danny Sikelski.
girl,
Right.
I believe, nope. She wasn't, let's see. Danny, I just have Danny Ray is all I have. So I don't really have anything on her.
Okay.
She wasn't on for much. You can kind of tell who the ones are that they're pushing because they're the ones that you know a lot about. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that works out.
Yeah. Okay. The one who, from what you've been telling me, I think is your favorite out of this crop, Minderz, Drake Moreau.
I really like him. I really like him. He has a very Bray Wyatt feel. And we're talking Bray Wyatt NXT, Follow the Buzzards, Bray
Next
Wyatt.
Katie Bray Wyatt.
Yes. He has a very backwoods, swamp people kind of feel to him.
No, that's dangerous though, because you don't want to get lumped in as a Bray Wyatt wannabe though.
That's what they actually told him, is that
Oh,
he
is it?
needs to start making it his own, because he is starting to fall into that Bray Wyatt wannabe.
Mm. Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out. I really like him though. I like his look. I like his attitude. He's not like he's not BJ, which is good.
That's good.
He actually is one that seems like he's going to pay attention.
That's good.
So I have high hopes for Drake Moreau.
Are any of these kids second generation? Like,
Evander would be the only.
well,
Elijah.
I mean, besides
Yeah,
Elijah, that's
no.
a different sport. But
None of these are second generation.
Okay.
Not that they've told us yet. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll put it that way.
All right. Next up here, Troy Yearwood.
Troy Yearwood. Terrible promo. He's the one.
I'm sensing
okay.
a theme here.
Well, here's the thing. He's terrible promo, but he is the athletic giant in there. He holds all the records right now.
Oh, in the PC for all
in the PC, he holds all the records right now.
How big a fella are we talking?
Shelton.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of, maybe not quite as big as Shelton, but kind of built like Shelton Benjamin.
I gotcha. Okay.
He's a good cross between Lashley and Shelton.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, he's really strong. Like, he has all the physical parts that you need.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to get that promo, because his promos are very. He doesn't feel them.
It sounds like a lot of these kids they haven't found their personality yet.
They haven't. A lot of them haven't. There's a couple that have, but there's a lot of them that haven't.
Okay. Tatiana Dumas, I believe is how you told me that name is pronounced.
Yeah. I like her. She had a decent promo. She was pretty good promo, but she's kind of lacking in the physical part of it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like they have one or the other.
Yeah.
They haven't got it put together yet.
Yeah. Okay. Anthony Luke. Now, you mentioned he has kind of a connection to the main roster.
He does. He's been there for about a year. Anthony Luke is actually Maxine Dupree's boyfriend. So, and he was actually okay. So the way they have this set up is they had watched everybody watch their promos, and then they picked 2 guys and 2 girls to wrestle. Mm-hmm. And then it didn't matter who won the match. They were looking at how they sold, how they did their character work in the ring, and all that type of stuff.
Can you imagine if Tony Khan was running this and he would only be wanting 5-star matches out of the trainees?
Oh, God. terrible. So the two guys that actually, since you mentioned Anthony, the two guys was Anthony and Shiloh. They got to have the match. Those were the two that they really liked.
Okay.
Shiloh played a really good babyface. The only problem is he needs to be aware of what he's doing in the ring, even when the opponent's coming out and doing their thing too. Like, people may not always be watching the main guy. They might be watching the other guy. You know what I mean? So he needs to be aware of what he's doing.
It's a
all the
dance.
time.
He's got to learn the dance.
Right. But Anthony and Shiloh were the two, and it came down to a match between them. Anthony Luke actually had 3 of the coaches say that he was the better one. Mickey was the only one that did not pick Anthony. She actually preferred Shiloh. So, yeah, so he was the one that, because the whole thing to that was that whoever it was, they got to pick
who
their trainer was going to be. Yeah, who their coach was going to be. So I'll leave it down. I'll wait till the end to tell you about how that worked out. And I don't know, who do we have left? Do we have anybody left, or was he the last one?
We've got Jasper Troy.
Jasper Troy. I have a note about him somewhere. Decent promo. He's a decent promo guy. He's decent in the ring. He just needs some. He just needs to get it figured out. Needs to get it all together. Kind of like a Kenny Calix, like not quite there, but almost there.
Okay. And then the last one we have is Penina Tuilepa, and I hope I didn't butcher her name.
I think she's going to be my favorite. And I hope she doesn't go home quick, or I hope she doesn't get knocked out quick, or however they're going to work this. I like her. She is another bodybuilder. And we're talking Nyla Rose built. So like a brick shit house. And her promos are very good, but she goes by P Dirty.
Sounds like a medical issue.
Yeah, right? And I really like her. I really like her though, and I hope she does well. So we were talking about the two people that got to, so you had Anthony Luke and you had Shiloh Hill, who were the two of the guys that got to wrestle. They picked Anthony Luke. Out of the girls, it was Tyra May Steele and I believe Xena Starling.
Okay.
Xena Starling was a cheerleader.
Okay.
So
she's an athlete.
Yeah, she was with the Titans.
Okay.
So
I remember them.
Do you? Where's your rim shot when we need it? There it is. She's okay, but she's too perfect. Again, it's one of those too perfect things. Like, she's too worried about how exactly clean everything looks, where sometimes it needs to be a little dirty. Yeah. And that the girls was Xena Starling and Tyra May Steele. And they each got to pick their coach. Tyra May Steele went with Taker.
After consulting her husband. Yeah,
and
Bubba said he had an issue with, not that she chose Taker, but that she couldn't make her own decision.
Yeah. And Danny Ray. My bad, not Xena. It was Danny Ray. Okay, so Danny Ray is the cheerleader that's from Titan. See, that tells you a lot too if I can't remember them. And I was actually paying attention. And then Anthony Luke ended up going Booker.
Okay.
He chose Booker. So Bully still has completely open team. Mickey still has a completely open team. There's 16 of them, so I'm assuming each of them are taking 4. So that means Tate can only have 3 more, and Book can only have 3 more.
So were you able to get a read on how these guys are going to be as coaches?
Not so much yet.
Bully, I have a good idea. Just because.
Well, yeah, Bully. Well, and even they call him Mark at times on the show. Take, I think Take's going to be tough on him too. He's like, you give me all you have, and I'll give you everything I have. So both of them have kind of been that way.
Yeah. What about Mickey?
Mickey, she reminds me of the Paula Abdul of, like, from American Idol, but Mickey kind of reminds me.
She's drunk?
Well, no, not drunk, but just always looking for the positive. Always looking for the
Gotcha.
positive. And not that that's a bad thing. Tyra May Steele had to consult her husband. Did you miss that part, Sean? It was pretty funny. And I think actually she was picking between Booker and Undertaker. So
Is she from Texas by any chance?
I don't remember.
Okay, not relevant, but just curious.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay. So next week, I believe the rest of the teams get filled out.
Correct. And hopefully we'll get a better idea of how this whole thing, if people are going to actually get like kicked off, or
Right.
I'm not sure how this is going to work.
Right. Did I see right that Jeremy Borash is actually doing commentary on the matches?
Yes. And what's her face is doing the girl took Samantha's place.
Alicia Taylor.
She's doing announcing.
Okay.
For the match, or they did for this first week. I don't know if they're going to do it every week, but they did for this first week.
Was it Vic Joseph and JB, or who was with them on that?
I think it was Vic.
Well, Vic's kind of camped out at the PC doing NXT.
Right. I think it was Vic.
Okay. Minderz, we forgot to mention the elephant in the room after last week, which, like we said, they're listening because Ricky Starks popped up on NXT last week.
Mm-hmm.
And he's signing his contract today. I've noticed they have never said his name. So
yep.
Is he going with a new name, or is he gonna?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I thought they already picked his name.
I haven't heard anything about that. So
hold on.
I mean, I would, if it's me, I'd just stick with Ricky Starks because that's how people know him.
I don't think you can.
Plus, it's his real name. If it's his real name, he can do that.
No, that wasn't. Hold on.
Please tell me it's not Chili McFreeze.
No, it's not Chili McFreeze. What were the? We had it.
Somebody posted the list of the names they copyrighted.
I know. That's what I was looking for.
I think
it's Trill. It's like Trill. I think his name's gonna be like Trill something.
Oh, yeah, come on, Ricky.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Trill.
Better than that.
At least that was what I had heard.
Ugh, I hope you heard wrong.
I do too, but I was trying. Gosh, I have to go back a week.
The only way I can be okay with it is if it was his decision to change his name.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think he needs, if he wants a fresh start, I think
that seems like maybe that's what he wants.
Let me see. Nope, that was from this past weekend. Don't you dare play the music because I'm gonna find it. Yada yada yada. Hey, how about that? Jacob Fatu and the Boogeyman. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty good.
That was one of the best heels. Oh, I want to ask you about this too. There was a sign at Dynamite last week.
Oh.
Did you happen to see it?
I did not.
Said at least AW doesn't
have
an untalented hack saying yeet.
Well, you saw my response to that. I said, they got plenty of untalented hacks. They don't need another one.
That's true.
Well, at least that untalented hack is over.
That's true. Okay, wait. I think I'm
getting
AJ. There we go.
You, so.
Trill London is what I've heard. Trill London.
I don't care for it. Although I didn't care for Gunther either, and that's growing on me.
Yeah, that one. Braxton, there's not really a good choice.
Run down the list for me here, Minderz.
I can't even pronounce the one. Osiris? Osiris Griffin. Hayes Jamison.
That one's not terrible.
Trill London. Ugh. Harley Riggins. Summer Sorrell. Jax
I'm guessing
Priestley,
that's a lady name.
Mason Holiday. Draco Knox.
Sorry, hang on. Wait. Spell that.
Drako. And then Knox.
Probably Draco.
That wouldn't be for Phoenix, would it?
If they kept Penta, I would imagine they'll keep Phoenix with his name.
Then we have Tate Wilder,
Okay.
Braxton Cole,
Okay.
Chantel Monroe,
Okay. Probably a
and
lady.
Aria Bennett.
No, I'm not.
Well, somebody's going to be Aria Bennett.
All right. Not a great crop of names, but if you want to hear a bad
You know what?
crop
I
of
would
names,
be okay with Draco Knox.
Mhm.
I'd be, and I mean, Trill London's what I've heard.
Mhm.
Osiris
didn't sound horrible.
It's Osiris.
Yeah, that's Osiris. What's the last name on that one?
Griffin.
Yeah, that's not horrible. I don't know if I see Ricky Starks as a Griffin.
Well, I was just trying to think of which one. I was just trying to think of which one sounds Italian.
Well, I think Cajun is more what you're looking for with Ricky. He's from New Orleans.
Well,
give me something with a Creole flavor to it.
And it could be Jax Priestley, JAX.
Could be.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be Trill though.
I laughed my ass off if they saved Jax Priestley for when they inevitably signed Jungle Boy.
Oh,
Luke Perry's kid and give him Priestley as the last name.
That's kind of a dick move. That's kind of a dick move.
That's what I do.
Of course you would.
Give him the first name Ian. Ian Priestley.
You're a prick. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about...
has confirmed he is Creole. So. All right. Well,
Barry of all people would know.
Barry would know.
Me. He would know.
Okay. Minderz, I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Why is everybody so into triple threat matches?
I don't know, but do you want your drinks that are hanging out behind you? That was great.
That is canned vegetables, by the way. That's not drinks.
It's canned vegetables. Okay. I wasn't sure. All I saw were these cans flying back and forth behind your head. I don't know because I hate triple threat matches.
I am so worried that they're going to make Punk, Rollins, and Reigns as a triple threat when I do not want it that way.
I don't either.
It doesn't need to be a triple threat. It just needs Roman and Rollins by themselves.
It really does.
And then we can get Logan Paul and Punk.
There you go. Simple.
Print money.
Print.
Cody gets Cena.
My money.
With this unsanctioned match at Chamber, they can get Sammy off TV through Mania, maybe. Owens beats the piss out of him. Then to get Owens and Orton.
I don't know.
So let's
all right, let's go back to this.
All right. So Uso has picked Gunther. Charlotte has picked Tiffany as of SmackDown.
Oh, did she officially pick Tiffany?
Picked Tiffany on SmackDown.
Okay.
The winner of the Chamber gets Rhea.
Right.
Winner of the Chamber gets Cody.
Okay.
All of the stuff down here is still up in the air because Punk and Seth, Drew and Priest, and Logan are all in the Chamber match with Cena.
Right.
So we don't know what's going on until that match happens. Then you got, I don't have AJ on my list here, but it seems like they're going towards Braun versus AJ at Mania. Or it's
I'm okay with.
I'm good with it. Hey, AJ was like Fonzie last night when Braun whipped that T-shirt at him. He just...
Yep. I saw it. I noticed.
And am I the only one that was really hoping that Gunther was going to clean Pat McAfee's clock?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I like how when Jay came out and Pat started eating at him, Cole's like, "Will you stop that? You're going to get us killed."
Right. And again, I miss Wade being on Raw.
I miss Graves.
I miss Graves.
Hey, Graves did a heck of a job on NXT though on Vengeance Day.
Yeah, he did.
I
You know what? Maybe
I'd be happy if it was Vic and Corey and get Booker off commentary.
Don't get me wrong. I love Booker T.
I'll go Booker T. He's not a good commentator.
He's not. He's not. He bugs me on commentary.
Send him to AEW. Let him be in the booth with Tony.
No. No.
I love my job. Oh, yes, man. You know, stuff like that.
Huh?
Sean says Tiffany and Trish are teaming up the chamber. I think against Nia and Candy.
Ah, okay. Wait, Trish? Like
It's in
Stratus?
Toronto. It's in Toronto.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
I'm good
Okay.
with it. They haven't announced a lot of matches outside of. I think they only announced the 4 matches so far. The unsanctioned match, I almost said Triffany. I guess that's the name of their tag team. And
Yep,
then
Triffany.
the 2 chamber matches.
2 chamber matches?
They usually do 4 or 5 matches, so they might announce one more this week before the chamber. I don't know what I'd want it to be, though. Maybe a rematch, DIY and the Guns.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll do that. I think.
Well, I said maybe, but yeah, it's.
Well, I think they need to do something with Chelsea Green.
You mean Madam
no.
President Chelsea Green?
Yes, Madam President Chelsea Green.
She's not in the. No, she's in the chamber, isn't she?
Is she in the chamber? Yeah, she is in the chamber because Piper didn't make it to the chamber.
Right.
Okay, so then we need to go with who's got the other belt over there?
Lyra.
No, not that one.
Because Lyra's got.
No, who's got the men's? Who's got the U.S. title?
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke. I think we need someone with Shinsuke.
Yeah, get Shiny a match.
Yep.
By the way, just as we didn't really get into the match on Raw, has anybody heard any updates on Ivy Nile after that bump she took
Holy
last night?
shit! That
'Cause
finish was
I
rough.
have to think that was an audible because I don't know why they'd have her lose that match if she wasn't hurt. The way they've been building to her and Lyra.
That
looked
finish.
bad.
Oh, it looked real bad. It looked real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when I think I didn't worry about it so much until I saw the ref run over and not let go of her hand.
Yep, I think that's when they said, "Okay, yeah, we're switching the finish."
Yeah, because that was I got real worried. I think I even put it in the chat and I was like, "Oh, that was rough."
Yeah.
That was an ugly finish.
Because I got a feeling that was supposed to be Ivy getting the win because they've been pushing this for weeks, her and Lyra.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense why they have Nox do it if she's a baby.
Kai.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense.
But it's just having to make decisions on the fly, I guess.
But yeah, that when she stomped her down into the that was ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did find out that Liv did cut her face on when she was being used as a battering ram.
Hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
She got 5 stitches out of that.
Mm-hmm. She's tough broad.
She is. I'll give her that.
Yeah. So I took the liberty yesterday. I was watching some of Sheamus's Celtic Warrior workouts on YouTube. Because if you can't actually exercise.
Some of those are really funny.
Yeah. So I went ahead. I watched the one he did with Lyra, like at the CrossFit gym. Number one, watching him try to do a handstand is a hoot.
That's hilarious. I saw this one.
I'm watching this and I'm thinking, where is this Lyra on TV?
Exactly.
I mean, she was funny. She had charisma. She was engaging on this video, and then goes to Raw last night, and she's just sitting in a chair watching with a smile on her face.
We're more entertaining sitting in a chair with a smile on our face than she is. As we both go back to our resting bitch faces.
Well, I just wanted to put that out there. Definitely watch some of those Sheamus workouts because they're fun, and they make you fucking sore.
Yeah, just watching them makes you sore.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if I never see another burpee again, it'll be too soon.
I was say her trying to get Sheamus to do a handstand. That was chef's kiss. It was gold. Liked it a lot.
Oh, shamey. All right, so
Raw. We're still not finished with Raw.
We're not finished with Raw yet. We didn't get a sneak attack at the end of the show.
I noticed that. I actually said I was waiting for it. I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting for it. Go ahead.
How good is the New Day?
I can't think of a better heel team right now.
But here's my question: why have them get beat down 3-on-2 by baby faces?
I don't know.
They should.
This is the thing with what Trips has been doing with that show lately.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned I think my
Trust the
biggest
process.
thing that I've learned is you just got to trust the process. And it might not make sense now, but it will.
I was half expecting Odyssey Jones to come back out and be their heavy.
I don't think he's going to come back out, but they did mention Big E again.
They did.
Because they said in the promo something about he just need to keep his ass at home.
Right. His lazy ass.
His lazy ass. So that just tends to make me believe that he's going to come up with a team that he's going to be like the manager for.
Right.
To maybe go after him. I don't know.
Tito Santana Powers of Pain situation.
There you go.
But then I had a really bizarre outside of the box thought, which I don't think will happen. But Dominic is pushing Finn to add members to the Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's the New Day?
I don't think it'd be the New Day.
I don't think it would be either, but imagine Dom and Kofi and Xavier in the ring together trying to cut a promo.
God. No one could speak. No one would be able to speak.
They'd have to do the Sammy Guevara gimmick with the cue cards.
Yeah.
Which was dumb. But anyway. So, yeah, that's a bizarre, like, left brain idea. Like, what if that happened? But I don't think it would. I mean, New Day's the New Day, and that's all they need to be.
I'm still with your thought plan that's going to be Malachi Black.
For the Judgment Day?
Don't you think?
I don't know.
No, you thought that was who they sent Chad to.
No, that's who's going to train Gable. I think Malachi will be a loner.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Sean put a question in here earlier. Who do you think would be the new member of the Judgment Day? I don't know. I mean, what
if it would be AJ?
Well, I mean, he's got the history with Finn. That would make sense a little bit, but I mean, he doesn't fit the vibe of the Judgment Day. Because AJ's a country boy from Georgia. He's not street trash like Judgment Day tends to be.
All right, who's street trash? Let's go through
Let's
this.
see. I get my thinking music.
No, don't get your thinking music. We're good. We don't need the thinking music. No such luck. I just don't know. I don't know who they're going to add.
Would it be? It's got to be somebody with a name. It can't just be another jabroni. They got Carlito for that.
Exactly. So it's like for a while I thought maybe Santos.
Oh, Santos?
Uh-huh. Sean, we're working on it. Are you not listening to us?
Hang on. Let me get my whiteboard out here. We're thinking.
I
think Santos is too fancy. That's fancy for Judgment Day.
Too fancy?
Too fancy. Would it be somebody from NXT, maybe?
Yeah, but who?
Eddie Thorpe?
Could be. I could see it be Eddie. But is his name big enough?
Not yet.
That's the kicker.
Beat and Trick went a long way for that, though.
Yeah.
Would it be Mellow? Wouldn't be Mellow. It's different vibes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
sorry, AJ. Where our crew? Where's our crew that share the brain with us?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I want to think on this, and hopefully next week I can have a more informed.
Well, because Finn keeps saying no one.
Right.
Dom wants somebody.
No new members, he says.
But Dom and Liv, who would Liv want to add? Well, could part of that be where Liv wants to add Naomi?
Maybe. But
Barry,
do they need another female though? I mean, they got.
I don't think so.
Liv and Raquel get the tag belts. That's all they really need.
Barry, we need to know, who do you think is going to join the Judgment Day? I love how he just answers, "Huh," and we repeat the question.
Well,
he only listens half. He only half listens. He's watching
he's a little under the weather today.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I forgot. He's all congested and crap.
Mm-hmm.
But could it be Miro?
Could it be for somebody from TNA?
Who?
See,
EY?
You keep asking these logical questions.
EY?
Macklin?
Ooh. There's a possibility. there's a possibility. Josh Alexander.
Again, he's not street trash.
That's true.
Jake something?
No, he's chasing after Hendry right now.
True. Plus he's hurt.
Yeah.
Ciampa?
No. I don't think it'll be a tag team.
No, I'm saying get Ciampa away from Gargano.
Yeah, that's not going to happen until they drop the belts.
The easy answer is Karrion Kross, but he seems like he's doing his own thing, just stirring the shit up.
He's too busy stirring shit with Sammy right now.
Right. The old devil on your shoulder gimmick.
Right. And then, of course, if you add Karrion Kross, then you're going to have another woman because you're going to have.
Yeah, but Scarlett doesn't wrestle though.
That's true. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Sean wants to know: does Naomi take the pin next week in the tag match? I'm gonna say yes, and here's why. I think it's part of the ruse.
Yeah.
I think she'll take the pin to make sure the belts go to Liv and Raquel.
Yep, that makes sense. I like that idea.
Maybe
now, if all this doesn't happen, don't blame us.
No, I mean, just because we have good ideas doesn't mean they're going to use them.
Yeah, exactly. But if they do, I will. I'm going to swear up and down they listen to us.
Hey, make a note to come back to this Judgment Day talk next week because I need a week to think on this.
We need a week. All right. Yeah. Judgment Day.
All right. So we kind of covered who challenges Rio. I think we both agree it's going to be Bianca coming out of that chamber match. Getting back to this question about the triple threat. I know it's funny to say lazy booking, like Cornette says and all that, but it really is. I mean, a story. I think the stories are better told 1-on-1 or tag team, like 2-on-2.
Right.
When you have two, like the Rollins and Roman story writes itself, and throwing Punk in there is just throwing a turd in a punch bowl. Not a knock on Punk, but he's getting shoehorned in there.
Right. And he doesn't need to be.
No. The Penta, Pete Dunne, Kaiser thing you were talking about last night, that makes sense for a three-way because they all have a beef with each other.
Right. Oh, I hope I can find that reel again to send it to you. I saw a reel today of Kaiser and Gunther back when the first night they met. And Kaiser's like 16 and like Gunther's like 18. It's crazy. They look so young.
Truth.
Yeah, dude.
Put him back in the Judgment Day.
It's scary. It's scary. Do you think it's in the title match? When do you think Naomi reveals herself as the attacker? Not until Elimination Chamber.
I think it's after Elimination Chamber.
After Chamber.
I think it's the SmackDown
Probably
after.
the SmackDown after.
And I don't think Naomi's the one that does it. I think Jay does it. I think Jay comes out, has another camera angle of Naomi shooting the picture.
Yeah. And then attacking Jay.
There are wrinkles here.
There are.
There's levels to how my brain works.
Which is frightening.
It is a little frightening.
Let's see. What else happened on Raw last night real quick?
Let's see here. We get
Apple Pie. I mean Seth Rollins.
This is Lattice sweater.
With his Lattice sweater. Qualified for the chamber.
Mm-hmm. Hell of a match, by the way, up until the finish.
Why? Just why? The same person freaking won. Why didn't they just call it at the end?
Now here's my thinking here. So the big controversy is that Seth didn't get his shoulder up in time, and the referee pulled his hand back on the 3 count.
No, Seth wasn't pinned. Finn was pinned.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the false finish before that.
Finn was pinned, not Seth.
No.
Yes. Yes, because Finn went after the ref. Or not Finn went after the ref. Seth went after the ref.
I think we were watching this different because I need to see proof because I could swear that Seth was the one getting pinned.
Hold on. I'm getting there. Hopefully we don't get in trouble for this.
As long as it's a short clip, I think we'll be all right.
Okay. Well, let me find it. Because it was Seth. That's the whole reason that I asked, why did they even do this? Because it was the same finish. It was the same winner. So why didn't they just go ahead and end it? Oh, Roxy and New Day.
Sean, yes, I do. I think Jade's the one that comes out and smartens everybody up.
Okay, let me see. It's about right there, maybe? Nope, further. Okay, it was before that. Wait, maybe it was. Oh, yeah, it was before that. I think. Hold on. I'm trying to find this.
This is riveting.
I'm sure it is. Hey, why
Hang
don't you tell people who we have as a guest next week? Hey, Rick, end it, and why don't you tell everybody who our guest is next week?
So next week we are going to be joined by Fuego del Sol, who you may know from AEW or GCW or any Midwest independents. But exciting friend of Sam Stackhouse. So I'll have to hit up Sam, see if he's got a question for us to ask Fuego, just to try to rattle.
Oh, that'd be fun. Try to rattle him.
But yeah, so we're looking forward to that. Then next week we'll make our picks for Chamber.
Hey, do you have any idea what the deal was with the lights last night?
They actually mentioned this. Tommy Dreamer does a post show on Busted Open, like after the show's over, and somebody that was there called in and because Tommy was asking too. Apparently, it was just during the commercial. All the fans were just still singing Seth's song, and then some people just started pulling out the flashlights and then they thought it looked funny, so they just kept doing it. When do you think Jade returns? I would like to say like the Friday after Chamber, but I could be wrong on that.
Okay, I'm almost there because I only have 5 minutes left, so I'm almost there.
This segment is called Minderz Fast Forwards Through Raw on her telephone.
Right? Exactly. That's what it's called. Wait, was that it? That was it right there.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
I told you.
Okay, you're right. I got confused. I was trying to do like 3 things at once during that show. Because I was going the entire day thinking that Seth was the one getting pinned.
No, Seth wasn't getting pinned. That's why when you answered me back with Seth, so I was like, what? What are you talking about? But no, I don't understand why they couldn't have just went with it.
The only thing I could think of is time.
Maybe.
But yeah, that otherwise it doesn't make sense. If it was Seth getting
pinned,
Seth,
I could understand.
Now, I'll even go further. With the rule is always that I've always heard, whether it's like Brian Hebner saying it or people that know Vince, it said if the referee is counting, if the guy doesn't get his shoulders up, just count the 3 and they'll deal with it. So instead of pulling up his arms, then Zabata should just count the 3. And my logic when I thought it was Seth getting pinned is just count the 3 to put Finn in the chamber because Seth ain't winning it anyway.
Right.
They'll just find another way to get him to Roman.
Yeah. Yeah, but
and it's not like Finn's going to be a bad choice to be in the chamber match.
Nah, he'd be fine.
Could she return at chamber? No, I don't think so. I think there's too much going on. Naomi and Bianca are both in the chamber match. I think they'll wait.
But there was 4 minutes left of the show when that happened.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they wanted to stretch it out a little bit.
So, because Finn or Seth was like, "What are you doing? That was 3, right?" And
it kind of was.
Either that or Finn forgot to kick.
I think that's it.
Or didn't realize where they were at in the match, is my
maybe.
guess.
But in that case, the ref should have just counted the 3.
Yeah.
And just get them to the finish they had planned. Did you notice at the end of the match when Seth shook the referee's hand?
Mm-hmm.
This is like saying, hey, you fucked up, but I forgive you.
Mm-hmm. I caught it. Now, does this add fuel to the fire, though, for Punk to make more comments about Seth?
I don't think. I think they're going to try to forget about this.
Okay.
If there was a feud going between Finn and Seth right now, I think they'd come back to it. But I think they're just going to forget it and move on.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
All right, that's everything.
We have one more order of business, Minderz.
I know we do that. I was trying to get to it because I'm hungry.
All right. Well, let's get to our next little piece of business here. So. All right, so we are going to be doing our PWI flashback for this week. As soon as I can find the picture.
Hey, I have a question.
Shoot.
On the bottom of our list of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Why is there music still playing in the background?
Oh, I'm trying to add ambience.
Oh, are you? Okay. It just kind of... What was the should have had 3 refs to hook them up?
Oh, that was just my notes for as I was watching NXT. So I remember to bring it up.
Oh.
That's the thing for the strap match for having the 2 referees.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So.
Okay, turn that down a little bit.
A little bit. All right. It's catchy, though.
I'm going to have head bobbing through it. This is going to be fun. All right.
All right. So we are discussing this week 40 years ago, Minderz.
Damn.
This is the June 85 issue that was basically done in February of 85.
You were what, 3? Were you born? Yeah, you were 3.
I was 3 years old at this point.
I was 4.
3.5, technically.
I was 4.
Yeah.
Let's see how many of these guys we remember.
All right. So, Minderz, you'll be glad to know we have a tag team list. We got most popular, most hated.
Sweet.
And
I
chose the 4 big companies to go with. I'm not going to go with all of them because then we have Memphis and Florida. And
yeah, we don't need all that.
We got
Florida might have been fun.
Possibly. But yeah, I made an executive decision.
That's fine.
All right. So anyway, let's start with our top 10.
Okay.
All right. So, number 1, you got the champ, Ric Flair.
Okay.
This
is across everything, right?
This is across everything, yeah.
Okay.
AWA World Champ, Rick Martel, number 2.
Look at all that hair. Goodness.
I know, right? Dusty Rhodes, number 3.
Dusty.
I'm a little surprised Hogan's number 4 here.
You think he would have been higher?
I thought he was going to be ahead of Dusty. I thought he'd be ahead of Martel, to be honest with you. Because he was WWF champ at the time. Terry Von Erich, number 5.
Kerry.
Yep. Wahoo McDaniel, kind of mentioned him a little bit. Talk about that strap match, number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, number 7.
Why do I only think of a gorgeous Taylor?
I don't know.
I see him and
influence.
Probably.
Yeah. Greg the Hammer Valentine at the
time.
Let
go of my toe.
Champion. Yes. Number 7, number 8, number 9, Sergeant Slaughter.
Sarge.
And then number 10, the man with the hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin.
Ronnie. Hey, you know what? Speaking of Ronnie Garvin. We need to pick our who's whooping who for next week, too.
Actually, I've already got it figured out.
Oh, do you already have everything done?
I do.
Sweet.
And I'm not telling you. I want it to be a surprise.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Somebody current versus a legend.
All right.
As usual.
Which is the idea of why we came up with this.
Right. Because we want one where there's no chance there was ever a matchup in the past of these 2.
Correct.
All right. Well, let's move on here. Tag teams.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, Road Warriors.
Shocker.
Yeah, no big surprise there. Dusty Rhodes and Manny Fernandez, number 2. They were the NWA champs at the time. Okay, this is the block of expresses coming up here. We got the U.S. Express at number 3.
Okay.
Wyndham and Rotunda.
Mm-hmm.
The Midnight Express, number 4.
Yes.
And Rock and Roll Express, number 5.
Woohoo!
The Long Riders, Black Bart and Cowboy Ron Bass, number 6. Ivan and Nikita Koloff, number 7.
I was like, who is that?
Jay and Mark Youngblood, number 8.
Okay.
Jay, you might remember, he was Steamboat's tag partner in Carolinas in the early 80s.
Yeah.
The Fantastics, number 9.
Nice.
And then Ole Anderson and Thunderbolt Patterson were number 10.
Jeez.
This is right before Ole turned heel again and joined up with Arn.
So good.
Yes, very. All right.
those right there are the reasons we like tag teams.
I love tag teams. Tag teams are my favorite part of wrestling.
Yeah.
Always has been. Most popular Minderz. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, this is another surprise. Kerry Von Erich is number 1.
Holy shit, and Kevin's on here too.
Yeah, but Hulk Hogan's number 2. I thought Hogan would be number 1 with Hulkamania like really in full swing in early '85.
You know what? And I forgot to mention something earlier too.
What?
Another one. Albert is still at the PC. He's still training. Yeah, Matt Bloom.
Yeah.
And so is Terry Taylor. And you get to see both. You get to see both of those guys on LFG.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, let's keep rolling here. No, you're good. Number 3, Dusty Rhodes.
Yep.
He's always at the top of the list for most popular anything. Martel number 4, Sarge number 5, Kevin number 6, Wildfire, Tommy Rich number 7.
Tommy.
Magnum TA number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka number 9. And again, Ron Garvin number 10.
Nice. AJ threw up some who's whooping who suggestions.
I see. We'll take all of those into account, but
I like the last one.
Orange Cassidy versus Bastion Booger. AJ, if you can't make that happen in Community Creations, I'll be very disappointed. All right, so that's our most popular. So that means we have a most hated list here, Minderz. All right, number 1, Gentleman Chris Adams. And that's saying something, just how much world-class hated Chris Adams that he's number 1 on this list after what he did to the Von Erichs.
Yep.
Big John Studd, number 2. This is after he cut Andre's hair.
It's crazy to see some of these guys on there because it's like, really? Most hated?
Oh, yeah.
Because you think of how much they're loved now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wahoo McDaniel, number 3. This is when he was teaming up with Tully, like here and there. He was a heel U.S. champion. Greg Valentine, number 4. Gino Hernandez. I mean, the heel's heel. That's Gino. Yeah. He's the heel's heel. Again, Gorgeous Jay, number 6. Jesse Barr, number 7. This is up in Portland, I believe.
Okay.
And because there was a Northwest Territories list, and I would have used it if the Grappler was on it, but he wasn't.
But he wasn't? Damn. Okay.
Ted DiBiase, number 8, which seems really low for Teddy in '85.
It does.
He was a heel in Mid-South. Ken Patera, number 9, and of course Tully Blanchard, number 10. Because Tully's got to be on any most hated list.
Of course. Of course. And we get to meet him in April.
We do. I'm so excited. So many horsemen at this expo. Malenko,
all of them but one right now.
Pretty much. I mean, they're physically able to be there.
Well, yeah.
All right. Unless we get Paul Roma.
I don't know if
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
All right, let's move on. WWF top 10 here.
Okay.
All right. You got the champ Hulk Hogan there on top.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Valentine, the IC champ, is number 1 contender. Followed by Big John Studd, number 2. My guy, Tito Santana, number 3.
There's your guy.
Yep. Ken Patera, number 4. Nikolai Volkov, number 5. Snuka, 6. Roddy Piper, 7. Dr. D. David Schultz, John Stossel's favorite wrestler, number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Bob Orton, number 9. And Sheiky Baby, number 10.
Sheiky Baby. Was he with Nikolai at this point? Was he with Nikolai yet? Okay, he was with Nikolai. Okay.
This was right before WrestleMania 1 when they beat the U.S. Express.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to the AWA.
And you had to listen to Nikolai try to sing the Russian.
Yes.
Love it.
All right, AWA Minderz.
Okay.
Rick Martel is our champion, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Garvin is the number 1 contender, followed by Nick Bockwinkel, who never really went away in the 80s. He was always around. Sergeant Slaughter, number 3. Crusher Jerry Blackwell, number 4. The Masked Superstar, the future Demolition Axe, number 5. Brad Ringens, number 6.
I love the name, the Masked Superstar. That's all you got.
Oh, yeah. That's all you needed. Brad Ringens is the guy that trained Mr. Perfect and Brock Lesnar
Nice.
So he's number 6.
Minnesota guy
Yep.
then.
Yep. Billy Robinson, the great British shooter who trained little Guido Maritato and his feet,
And his feet.
among others. I think he trained Shayna Baszler too.
Oh.
In the snake pit. He's number 7. Mr. Saito. I don't know why I only got like 3/4 of his head.
I was saying, why do you only have like 3/4? why is his mouth
It's all
cut
you
off?
need. But Mr. Saito is number 7 or 8. This is right before he and Patera went to jail, I think.
His new name is Ricky Saints.
Okay. I'm okay with it. Keep
Yep.
the Ricky.
Keep the Ricky.
And Saints, New Orleans. You know.
Yep. Makes
All
sense.
right. Number 9, Greg Gagne.
Yikes.
And then number 10, his erstwhile tag team partner, Jim Brunzell of the High Flyers.
Oh,
Freebies, Jim Brunzell.
Jumpin' Jim.
All right. Let's move on to... okay. Oh, that was... NWA. And this kind of covers all the territories, Minderz. This is not just the Carolinas here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Ric Flair's the champ.
Yep.
Naturally.
Wow.
Number 1's Wahoo. He was the U.S. champion at the time. Then Crusher Blackwell, another list, not just AWA, he's NWA too.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dusty, number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Von Erich, number 4. Ron Garvin, number 5. B. Brian Blair, speaking of the Killer Bees, number 6.
Love the Killer Bees.
The Killer Bees, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Killer Bees. The Killer Bees.
Cowboy Ron Bass. They feature Outlaw Ron Bass at number 7. Ravishing Rick Rude, number 8.
Oh, yeah, sexy guy.
Looks like I got a upper torso picture of him on the toilet.
Yeah, it isn't great.
No.
But
Gentleman Chris Adams, number 9.
Yep.
And then Tully, number 10.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, let me clear this off. And then the last one I've got, we have Mid-South Wrestling, Minderz.
Mid-South.
Yes. Now, they did not have a world champion at the time. They were still using the NWA world champion. And they didn't have, the UWF wasn't a thing yet, so they didn't, it was just a North American champion. So I just have a top 10 for these guys. I don't have a champion for the heading.
Okay.
All right, so number 1, Brad Armstrong. One of my favorites.
Okay.
Number 2, Hacksaw Butch Reed. One of Barry's favorites.
Yep.
Number 3, Hacksaw Duggan.
Dugan.
Or Hacksaw Dugan, if you listen to Bill Watts back in the early 80s.
Dugan.
He wasn't even Hacksaw Jim Duggan at this point. He was just Hacksaw Duggan. Looking as America as you can get, and with his blue blockers and his America paint bandana.
Yeah, I see that.
And this, Minderz, is my favorite Duggan.
Yeah.
So much better in Mid-South than he was in WWF. Just character-wise.
I can imagine.
He actually cut articulate for Duggan's, consideration, but
Right.
he wasn't the hoeing buffoon that we come to know and love in later years.
Oh.
See, number 4, Ted DiBiase.
Titty.
Or Ted Debussy, his Scandal Akbar we call him. Dr. Death Steve Williams, number 5.
I don't like that picture of Dr. Death.
No, he got tuned up a little bit in that eye.
Yeah, I don't like that picture.
I think this is the only post Terry Taylor ever took pictures with in his babyface days. Here at number 6. 1 foot slightly ajar.
Yeah, always.
Looking very impish. Nature Boy Buddy Landell, number 7.
Okay. Look at Jake.
Jake Roberts. He was still Jake the Snake, but he wore the red pants and didn't carry a snake at this point.
Mm.
But he was number 8. The Big Cat, Ernie Ladd.
Do we get to meet? No.
Ernie Ladd's been dead for years.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the other guy. I'll think of it later.
Well, Ernie would rather fight a man than make love to a woman, as he would say. And then number 10, one of Corny's favorites, Minderz, White Lightning, Tim Horner.
Yep. Sure is.
Uh-huh. Oh, my goodness. So that is our flashback for this week. I enjoy doing these, although it's a lot of work putting all those collages together. And
I'm sure it is.
I meant to do it over the weekend, but naps got in the way. So I had to throw it together today when I got home from work.
Did you say naps?
Yes.
Oh.
Every time I try to get up and do something, I take a nap.
I can't. I won't follow you there for that.
No.
Because for some reason, Sunday, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I could not keep my eyes open Sunday.
All right. So tomorrow, Minderz, Independent Wrestling Shootout. Who is our guest tomorrow?
We have Trauma Unit with their new spokesperson, Greg Jovi. So
Yes.
I'm excited.
Brother of Bon.
Because he's kind of a prick at Anarchy. So, and he's kind of a prick now at 01 because he's with Trauma Unit and they attack the light. So,
level with me, Minderz. Are you wearing a Trauma Unit shirt tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Then we are recording another, on Friday we're dropping a new episode of the Extreme Method Review podcast covering ECW on TNN from January 21st?
That sounds 2nd? 21st? 2nd?
21st, yeah, because the next one's the 28th.
Mm.
We're recording that one tomorrow. I believe we are doing our watch-along Thursday.
Okay. Finally?
As long as Barry is able.
Okay.
And then we're doing NXT TakeOver
Revolution.
Our Dash Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
The debut of Kevin Owens.
It's kind of perfect. I mean,
isn't that the first Demon appearance on that one too? It was Balor and Kenta against Ascension.
I'll have to double check. I don't remember.
I think it was, but I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Okay. But then also the main event on that one was Sami Zayn against Neville for the NXT Championship.
Yes.
And then, then like I said, next week we got Fuego del Sol here on JTR. Guest to be determined on the Shootout. And then...
Is it? We don't have anybody?
I don't think we have anybody yet.
Okay.
Don't forget to check out our merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod or BrainbusterTees.com/JTR. Get some cool shit there. Brainbuster Tees, you got the sweatshirts and the hoodies and the fanny packs and pants, all that kinds of stuff there.
Did you notice it says "Lead me not into temptation"? Oh, who am I kidding? Follow me. I know a shortcut.
Very nice.
So,
Sean, we got you, man. Ricky Saints. He's really making sure we know that one.
Yep, but that's fine. I'm okay with it.
I'm good with it. Yeah. All right.
I'll watch it tomorrow. So.
Yep. All right. Well, Minderz, let's get out of here. You said you're hungry. I think I got some grub waiting on me as well. So we'll get out of here. And don't forget to join us tomorrow for the Shootout. And until next time, for Minderz, this is Reb. Reminding y'all, life is hard, work stiff. R.I.P. Harley Quinn. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.